strong and of a good courage, for unto these people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swore unto their fathers to give them. Read verse 7 again. And stop. Now notice how many times God said to be strong and of good courage. In verse 7, he seemed to be passionate. He seemed to say it with all of his heart to this man Joshua. He says, only be thou strong and very courageous. That's all God's asking for. He says, look, I'll be with you. All I want from you is that you be strong and very courageous. No matter what happens, you say, it's well. Glory. Everything's going to be all right. He says, be strong. In other words, don't chicken out. Don't become afraid. He says, be strong. Stand your ground. No matter what happens, he says, stand your ground. And then he says, and very courageous. So there's no room for discouragement. Say, actually, what's happening is that I'm getting discouraged. What do you mean you? No, I cannot. A man, even in the natural life, it's insulting for a man to say, I'm getting discouraged. You're what? You are what? Say, the way things are just going, I'm getting discouraged. Do you think it's fashionable? Do you think for a moment that it sounds nice to speak in an effeminate way? I'm getting discouraged. Doesn't matter what you're discouraged about. You shouldn't be. That language shouldn't come from you. Shouldn't be a part of your vocabulary. I've tried, I've done it all. In fact, at the time I became discouraged. Look at you. I became discouraged. You think it's nice communication? Like those guys that say, it's scary. You and Junior will now stand. Junior will now come. Daddy, is it scary? You say, oh yes, it's scary. With your hockey chest, it's scary. Never say, I'm scared. You're scared. Scared. I'm afraid. I'm afraid. The way things are going, I'm afraid. You're afraid. He says, be not afraid. I'm afraid. Why must you have it in your language? Do you know who you are? You're not an ordinary person. I'm afraid it's going to rain tomorrow. Do you have to be afraid to say it? Do you have to be afraid that it's going to rain? I think it's going to rain tomorrow. Or it might rain tomorrow. I'm afraid it's going to, I'm afraid they may not come. I'm afraid they may not make it early. My fear is that this whole thing. See, stop talking your fears. Listen, when you talk fear is a spirit. Before long, it'll take a hold of you and bind you. Then you say, you don't know where this trouble came from. My fear is that it may not work. My fear. So you know you have a possession called fear. Your fear. Your property called fear. This my headache has been your headache. This my headache has been coming off and on. This my asthma. This my hypertension. This my. You've claimed it. Then you say you don't know why it's not going away. It's your possession. And as long as you declare it's yours, God will not take from you what you have claimed is yours. My problem, this my problem. Someone says my problem. Say this with me, I'm a child of God. I have a new language. And it's the language of the Spirit. It's the language of a victor. I win all the time. Now say it again. I win all the time. No. I want to get into your spirit. I win all the time. Hold on. You can't say that with the feeling of defeat. I win all. I win all the time. Hey, do you win all the time? I win all the time. Woo!